y'all. So apparently some of y'all have asked questions about how to easily make tables, and so I'm just using this one right here. This is the same type of table that we've had to make in like every single project we've had so far in the EDCI program. The methods are the same no matter what type of table you're trying to make. So I'm just going to show you how I make these tables and how easy it is. And if you still have questions, please ask me, because this is the kind of stuff that I'm actually good at. So for this table, I'm going to click on the right document. Okay, so all of my functions up here, y'all, are going to be really wonky looking because I've got my screen split right here, like you can see. One of the cool features about a Mac. So anyway, I need to insert a table, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Click insert. I'm going to click table. And then I usually just figure out how many columns I need, and then however many rows that's easy to take care of during the process. So for this one, I needed 4 columns, and I'm just going to drag down and do a 4x8 table. If you need to add more rows in later or even more columns in, you can, and I'll show you how to do that. Anyway, so this is what I do first. First, I'm going to take my arrow all over here, double click, and it takes care of that whole first row. I'm going to right click, click merge cells. Okay. Now I could use all these shortcuts on my keyboard. If I remember, I'll tell you what to do that. So you would press Control B to make your font bold, or you can go up here where it's listed up top, and I'm going to type in table 1. Press my enter bar. You could then press Control B to take that away, or you could go back up to the font bar, click the B. Then you're going to click the I so that your font is now italicized. You could also just press Control I, and then you're going to type in whatever your title of your table is. So this one is members of the PLC team. Okay. Easy, easy, easy. So then what I'm going to do is make my headers that you're seeing right here. I'm going to make those headers for my columns. So I'm going to double click to select that whole row. Make sure you do it not when your cursor looks like the type-in symbol. Make sure it is an arrow, and you double click, and then I'm going to press Control E, which is going to center everything, or I could have gone up here to the paragraph little toolbar and clicked on centered text. Okay, so now I'm just going to type in the names of my columns. This could be whatever you want them to be. Like I said, this is just, I'm making the table that's on the left because it's there as a reference and it's easy to see kind of what I'm doing. But it works for every single table. All right, so for this one, y'all, I'm only going to put in like the first 2 people right here just because it'll take too long for me to do everything, just to show you examples. So now I'm just going to start typing. So the first person I'm talking about is Alex G. Her role at the site, she's a 6th grade math teacher. Purpose for membership, she's a veteran teacher who is vocal about student learning. Okay. Her responsibility, she helped analyze data. Helps if I can spell. Analyze data and helped. Lord, y'all, I really can't spell. Analyze data and goal setting. Okay. Next one would be Melissa B. She is a 6th grade ELA teacher. She has been on 2 different teams in the school and can provide insight on both 6th grade PLCs. She's been to both. She's been moved around quite a bit, honestly. Bless her heart. And then for her responsibilities, she waited until after the data had been analyzed and presented. She helped create long-term goals. Okay. Now, I'm not going to need these little rows here. So there's a couple of options as to how to select those. You can either click in that first one and you can drag all the way down. You can do your double click and drag that down. y'all, I'm lazy and I just go into my first little cell and I hit shift and the right arrow key until I'm done. And then I'm still holding shift, hit down. Okay. Then I'm just going to right click, delete cells. It's going to give me some options. I'm going to click delete entire row and it takes care of that. All right. My very last step as far as like data input into these tables. So select your bottom row. If you're going to have a note to your table, this is what you'll do. You'll highlight that whole last row. You'll click merge cells. Okay. Just like you did at the top. Then you're going to italicize your text, whether you just hit Control I. If you're on a MacBook, it's Command I. If you want to use this bar up here, go ahead. And then you're going to type in the word note. And then unitalicize, take it away, use the bar. I use shortcuts on my keyboard because I'm not a mouse person if I can help it. And then type in whatever your note is. So for this one to be members of the team worked digitally. Okay, let's just say. I'm shortening everything. All right, so now it looks like a table, but it's not quite APA format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this whole table by clicking up here at the little movement thing. If you click on it, it highlights everything. You can do this in your font bar. You can do this however you want to. This is just an easy way to do it. You click on the font part up top. You change your font to Times New Roman and make sure it's size 12. For tables, you do not have to double space your font. As a matter of fact, it will mess you up a lot of times because it makes your table take up way too much space. So instead, I leave mine like this. There's a couple of things that you can do. So if you like it in size 12, that's fine. If you want to go down to size 11, I'll just show you what that looks like. That might look neater for you. Okay, I'm actually going to leave it in 11 just because it's where it is. All right, I'm going to do a couple more just tidying things before I take away borders. I think this can be a little shorter, and I think this one could be a little smaller too, which is going to help me save some space, but also it's just going to make things look a little bit neater for me in the table. Okay, you adjust things how you need them. All right, so now it's time to take away borders. So I do it the easy way because I am not about to work harder than I have to. All right, so I've got my whole table highlighted. Remember, you can click that little thing up the top. I'm going to go over here where it says Table Design. And in Table Design, you've got some border options. Now, if you're looking at this full screen, yours are not going to be as compact as mine are, but mine are, like I said, I've got a split screen so you can see what the goal is on the left and what we're working with on the right. So if I click on borders, you're going to see this right here. It says borders. When you click that down arrow, you're going to see a whole lot of options. I am somebody who needs to take everything away and add back the pieces that I need. So what I'm going to do actually is click on no border. Okay, and yes, that looks scary because everything that we just worked on went away. However, I know that if I click on that outside, not when my cursor looks like this, but when my cursor looks like an arrow, it's going to highlight that whole row. I'm going to go back to where I just was, to Table Design, back over here to Borders, and to Border. This row needs a top border, and this row needs a bottom border. And look at that, y'all. I only need to add one more border. Right here, highlighted my whole row, went to Borders, give it a top border. Y'all, it is that simple. I make these all the time at work, and I've made them a million times over here. But yeah, so that's how I make a table. If you have a different method that you like better, I'm not telling you to do it my way. I just have been asked by a couple of people what I do, and I said I'd make a video. I can also make a video on how to insert figures, create figures, work with different data pieces in Microsoft Word, so that really the program that is designed to work for you really is working for you. Okay? So I hope this helps.